This is Ineedmorcowbell, and it is Tuesday, February 7th. And, again, a little late. My mom seems to have Mondays off, and it makes things a little harder to do this kind of stuff when, she has key to do things. And so that's what happened. Which is funny because today I did a bunch of stuff too. Actually, yesterday I also did stuff for myself. Like I took my car to a mechanic. I took it to the mechanic because it needed a tire. The tires need to be rotated like big time. Like not the sidewall, but like the tread just above the sidewall, like on the edge of the tire, was wearing out like a lot. And I go, wow, that's a lot of wear. And so I said I took it to the mechanic, the place I bought the tires from. They offer free tire rotation, and so they took care of it. While it was there, I asked them to do an oil change too, because I'm pretty behind on that too. Every 5,000 miles, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't like at least 10. So that's taken care of. Also, I'm pretty sure I should have had them check for a tune-up, but I couldn't afford it at this time. When I got the car back, they told me, they go, your brakes are pretty low. They're very low. Like 5%. They said a millimeter, but that's unfathomable. That's less than an inch. I think an inch is like 2.5 centimeters, or give or take, and a millimeter is 10 millimeters is a centimeter. So I mean, it's like that's not even measurable. So that sucks. It's like they said it's like $160 to replace both axles, each axle of tires. So both sets. And I know that's with like cheap, like the lower end brake pads and stuff. And I've gotten by this long. Because I know that the brake pads and stuff that are in, my God, this piece of hair just does not want to go down. The brake pads that are in there are really good brake pads. When I first bought the car from Ted, which I don't think I've mentioned it before, but yeah, I bought the car from this one guy, and he did a lot of work to it, and the car turned out really great. And the car's been running great ever since. Mild maintenance, and the car just is fine. Aside from a few things that were a little old that blew out, like the clutch solenoids, the slave blew out, and then because I changed the slave, there's too much pressure, and the main solenoid blew out. But yeah, so that's something that I'm looking forward to do. With that's a lot of money. I'm looking at maybe. Oh yeah, and also they were telling me I need an alignment big time. Like they tried to do it last time I bought 2 tires. I bought like my front tires because my front tires were dead, and then they put the new tires on the front instead of on the back. I told them put them on the front because the back tires are still good. So when the back tires died, I bought new tires and switched. So I switched the new tires to the front and the old tires to the back, and then I got my tires rotated, so those tires that were in the front this time were old and now in the back, so that's why there's so much wear on them, because those are my older tires. Aha! So with that happening, last year they said we're going to do an alignment because as they asked if it was okay to do an alignment, because it's pulling off to the left a lot. And I mean, like, a lot. It's almost like as if I'm just, like, on the door, like, pulling the car over, lifting it up. So I said, all right. Well, they attempted to do it, and they did not accomplish the alignment. And the guy said, they're their main alignment guy was not there, or he was busy or something, so it didn't get accomplished. So they said this time, they go, you got to get an alignment done, or you're going to be going through tires every year. And I haven't, because I've had my tires, the front tires, at least a year already. The old tires, at least 3 years, 2-3 years. Anyways, so it's like 360, maybe 400 for the brakes, and then another 100 for the alignment, and then then the engine has a leak. It started leaking recently, and I'm starting to wonder, maybe it's because they put a lighter oil. The last time I did an oil change, they said, he even said that too. Like, did we put a lighter oil in the car because this winter was coming up? I don't know. Maybe they did, and now maybe the thinner oil is coming out. I don't know. I don't know nothing about thin oil or winter oil or whatever. I heard about it once, but I don't think I really looked into it, because I was like, nope, I'm just gonna use the same one. And that's the thing too. When I used to do oil changes for my car, I just made sure I use the same specific oil. I don't know what oil these guys are actually using. It's similar. It's like 530 oil, but I don't know what kind. So there's that. Like I got a bald spot, but my hair has always just been really thin, really fine hair. And then I got that like automatic swirl thing right here, so the hair parts, and it just looks terrible. Anyways, so yeah, I did that yesterday, Monday. I was supposed to take my mom's car. Me and my mom were supposed to take her car to get the emissions testing, but she didn't want to do it this week. She'll do it next week, which is what I'm going to be doing next week. And I have to take it because she hurt her shoulder pretty bad, and she can't drive manual transmission anymore. So she needs me to drive it for her. Fine. Yeah. So this weekend at work, I worked at. I'm only working 3 days now because they took away my Thursday shift, and they didn't really even tell me about it. They just kind of took it away. So fuck them. This weekend, one manager was on vacation, which is funny because it's Super Bowl, so why go on vacation during Super Bowl? And because he was on vacation, another manager came in, a higher-up manager came in, and he replaced him. And because he was there, the general manager didn't work the whole weekend, which was great. He didn't work Saturday and Sunday, which is great because he's a fucking moron, and I can't stand him anymore, which is fine. Why? Because I usually see him on Thursday. But now I only got to see him on Friday, I hope. So he was gone, and so it was just Mark and Wes being the higher-up guy. And those guys are great. They're focused. They take care of everything. Everything ran great. I went in on Friday. He asked, Friday I went home early, like real early, because he sticks to that number chart. That all drivers are on a number like 1 through 10, and the higher the number, that person will go home first. Well, I've always been the highest number, always, but they never send me home. They always kept me there at work till like the very end. Like one and 2 close, 1 sweeps up, 2 washes dishes, and then there's number 3 that stays until they stop delivering, which is like 10 or 11 o'clock depending on the day. So I usually would stay till like 10 or 10:30, just because they didn't send me home. And I never asked. I'm the only driver that just never asked. But since Wes was there and he follows the rules and stuff like that, he sent me home on Friday. I think I was there for like maybe 2 hours, and I did nothing. No real deliveries. I think I maybe did 4, which was terrible. So he goes, well, at least you work on Super Bowl, right? You'll get more deliveries then. And I go, yeah, but I come in at 5:30. 5:30, he says. Well, we'll check that out. You should come in earlier. there's no reason for you to be here that late because that's when the game's already going. You know, that's already over. That's our rush time. It's over. So you need to come in earlier. I'll look at the schedule, and we'll figure it out. And I'll tell you tomorrow. Not right now because I'll get in an argument with the GM. I was like, yeah, because he's a piece of shit. And I go, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And I'd like to talk to you about him too. Saturday comes, and he says, tomorrow, can you come in at, make it 4:30. Like, you know what? Make it 3:30. I said, okay. Well, that's good. Jordan goes, oh, you're coming in at 3:30 with me too? And I go, yeah, because that asshole had me set up at, that motherfucker was having me come in at 5:30. I said that. I called my general manager a motherfucker in front of his boss. It's funny because his boss doesn't like him either. And I don't know why he still has a job when he's done so many bad things. You know. I heard he slept with another manager's wife. I don't know if that would just be considered personal business and they keep out of that. But anyway, so he... where am I at? So yeah, so I came in at 3:30 on Sunday, Super Bowl, coming at 3:30-ish. And there was a lot of drivers, just a bunch of drivers there. I didn't even go on my first delivery till 4:15. And go on my first delivery. I mean, it was a good tip, but it was a single. So I only took one delivery and came back. My next delivery was at 5:30 when I would have normally came in. In between that time, I actually took a take back. The wings were bad or something. The girl took the wrong order or whatever it was. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Whatever. I'm going to be stuck around here anyway. So when I did that, I could put in the paper and put in the book that says I took a take back, so I get a delivery charge, which I kind of forgot to do, but I'll do that Friday. But yeah, there were just so many drivers who were all standing around. And what's funny is, there's all these drivers standing around without anything to do, but everyone else is running around, chicken head cut off scenario. The side guys, there's like 4 of them, making wings and sandwiches and stuff. They were down one cook because apparently he got sick. He was vomiting. And, there's cooks, pizza people, girls up front. I didn't even go up front because I don't really have a reason. I don't have a reason to. Oh, I did. Yeah, I got pizza box. But yeah, whenever anybody asked for anything, I helped them out. I had no problem doing that. One girl who's always been very mean to the drivers for whatever reason. Like, she was this way, but when I first got there, I may have mentioned her before, where I just, like, each time I talked to her, she was very negative towards me, and it was only like twice. But, she asked for cheese. I brought cheese over, and she said, thank you. Or, no. There was a bunch of bins. There was empty cheese bins, and I took those away, and she said, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that. And I was like, wow. Maybe she's, of course, following the rules of just being polite and get along better with people. Which is the opposite of what I do, because I don't care at work. There. Speaking of which, here's a delivery story for you. So at the end of the night, I said, I'll, if I could stay a little longer, I'd really like that, because I only had 3 deliveries in 4 hours. So he said, okay. So I'm just there delivering. The last thing I took was actually a take back again. It turns out I asked what was the problem. Oh, first first he tells me, take him the pizza. Tell him, we're sorry that it's late. Hope you enjoy it. It's on the house. Don't worry about it. Blah blah blah. And I go, so what happened? They go, okay, here's the thing. So it's to an apartment complex, and there was no gate code. That's one problem. We can usually get around that. Two, there was no apartment number. That's a bigger issue. Three, the phone number that he gave to call was actually not his phone number. So when Larry delivered the pizza, he actually couldn't, because he couldn't get a hold of the guy and he couldn't get to him. So he brought it back. And so now 2 hours later, the guy finally calls up and he's really upset. He's really pissed off. Angry. And says, where is my pizza at? So the manager made a new one. Wes made a new one, and I went to go deliver it. And I said to him, because I think her name is Claire. I'm not sure, but she's a real nice girl. She came over and she goes, "Oh yeah, he was a fucking asshole. He was mean and he was cursing." And I'm like, "Why did you give him the pizza then?" I was like, "Just refund his money or whatever." I go, "Don't." If the customer is this mean, I'm just thinking this. I really should have said. I go, if the customer is that mean, just cut him off. I was like, you don't need really mean customers, and it was all his fault too. So we got his apartment number, we got the gate code. I don't know if I got the phone number or not, but it doesn't matter. And I'm thinking, I was like, Wes, are you sure you want me to deliver these pizzas? To deliver the pizza to him? I'm not really nice to assholes. And Hank chimes in and goes, well, you're not really nice to anybody in general. So I was real good at Hank. To point out the truth. You're not really nice in general. So I laughed about that. So I took the pizza. I took the pizza and I told Claire. I go, this is what I hope for. I always go out on delivery ready for a fight, because I honestly don't know what I'm going to do every time. Anytime something happens, I got to be ready to go. Larry's been robbed twice. One guy's got shot at. It's like, I have a plan to think ahead in case of an issue. So when I go to a house with a disgruntled customer, I'm ready. But I told Clara, I go, what happens is I show up and they see me and they become the nicest person in the world. Maybe I don't really look that mean, just being a floating head here. But I'm a bit of a larger guy. And so when I got there, got to the apartment complex, found his apartment on the map because he gave the apartment number, and because he gave a gate code so I can get in, so I could check the map leisurely, find out where he is, get in, and get to his apartment. 3 flights of stairs up. I knock on the door, I wait for him, I open the door. I set my phone to record because I did not, for any legal reasons, all right, any evidence of what happened. I set it to record, and he opens the door, and he becomes the nicest person in the world. Really friendly. I say, here's your pizza. He says, oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Then he asked if I had any peppers or cheese, and I go, yeah, I got some downstairs in the car. I go, you want me to go get? I can go get some for you if you'd like. No, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. It's cool. You just have a good night. No, you too, man. He closes the door, and that's it. I tell this to Clara, and she blew up. She was so pissed. He goes, that guy was so mean to me, and he was just so nice to you. And I said, that's what happens. It's like, I told her, I go, it's like being mean on the internet, It's all fun and games until the internet comes to your house. I don't know. I don't want to do this job anymore. I don't want to constantly go to somebody's house hoping to get into not hoping, but pre-expecting to be ready to get into a fight. Just because I don't know the scenario around. Any house I go to can just be a big problem. Any house. And I've been lucky. Every house I've gone to has been real good. Even houses with dogs have been real good. I'm always prepared to defend myself from a dog in a very lethal manner, because there's no telling if the dog is going to stop attacking me or not. It's not a very animal friendly, or I guess person friendly podcast right now, but it's pretty dangerous just to deliver pizza. I mean, somebody can easily call you with the hope of robbing you, at gunpoint and whatever. There's only so much you can do in those situations, especially if I don't ever have a weapon of my own on me. I know some drivers have knives and stuff, and I think maybe one or two has a gun, but that's like in the car, so it doesn't really work out. In the end, Super Bowl Sunday was a complete waste of time. I think I only made like $40, and it just was nothing. I mean, there was 13 drivers there at one time, and I hope the deliveries got out on time. Oh, but there's just so many of us. There's no reason for them not to. So that's that. There's that. That's the weekend. That's the work. That's the delivery weekend. And I talked about my car. 22, 27. Stop for a commercial break right now, and then I'll be back. And then talk about today I did some yard work. Nothing really exciting, right? Did some yard work, cut some trees, cut some grass. There's some birds, some pigeons shitting on, they're above the front door, and they shit so much that it's falling down from the tile onto the walkway. And we've never had a pigeon problem before, but there's just pigeons all over the neighborhood now. So you gotta handle that reflective stuff. I remember that episode of King of the Hill where they had a pigeon problem because Bill started feeding the pigeons. Opening up popcorn onto his yard and everything. There's pigeons everywhere. So Dale had to call on that very hot exterminator, not at the time known to him, and she helped out with the pigeon problem. You need sticky stuff, you need reflective things. I don't want to put spikes on my house. I don't know how well a reflective thing can work. Maybe I can put like a CD or something, but the problem is they're already facing south, and so anything I need to reflect up there needs to face north. Unfortunately, facing north, the sun is the sun doesn't get directly overhead over here. It's kind of maybe it's because it's still winter, so it's still kind of down. I'll figure that out. Pigeons. Okay, so talk about some game stuff here. Probably should have did this. Probably should have said this in the beginning. Maybe do a little edit. Doesn't matter. Anyways, talking about game stuff now. And there's a Gears of War update that just came out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Called today. Tomorrow. I started today. Tomorrow. Yeah, today. Anyways, Gears of War update came out, and it has War Machine and Impact Dark. A lot of people are already upset because Impact is literally the same map, but darker at night, and I think it looks cool. And they changed up the weapon layout a little. They changed out what they are. Instead of snipers, there's now bolt hawks, and there's a drop shot where the torque bow used to be, and frags where the man turret, the carryable turret was, and then an overkill where the incineration grenades are at. And of course it's darker, so there's not like perfect sight lines. You can't really see too well. But people are mad because it's a remake, and it seems like a lazier remake than the previous ones, because it's a launched map, but at night. I thought that was cool. I was hoping for Krill. And the other one is War Machine, and War Machine is the classic War Machine from the previous Gears, except they redid it. They redid the whole map visually, so it's in a newer COG environment. So it looks really nice. It's pre-war stuff, so it's not. It's after the war, so it looks like a nice new structure. But now there's they're preparing for war inside. They got sandbags and stuff, but everything is placed the same way, turret and all that stuff. Frags, all weapon layout is the same way, so that's what this video will have. It will have gameplay of that I'll record later. Of the developers playlist, because that's also out this weekend on the 10th, which is in I don't know, what is that, Friday or something? Yeah, starting Friday. They'll have a Valentine's Day event on Gears, and that's gonna go till, I don't know, maybe the end of next week or something, and to coincide with the developers playlist. And when they do the Valentine's Day event, it's gonna have torque bow tag. So they're gonna probably make the torque bow, give the torque bow like a nice Cupid skin, kind of like how they did the snow shots, the boom shot with the icy skin. So they're gonna give the torque bow a nice Cupid skin, and it's, I don't know, there's hopefully arrows and hearts and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it is. And there's also gonna be a holiday pack too, like the Christmas pack, back in December, and probably like the 10th anniversary Carmine pack also. Hopefully it's like 400 points. I played a couple of games already, and I'm already up to like 69,000. I mean, I made like the point. You get more credit. You get more credits, and so it's great because it's 20% credit increase, and then 100% XP increase. So you level up faster, and you get your 500 points, 500 credits at the end of the game. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do that, and that's going to be the video. On the 9th, Thursday, is going to be the Halo update featuring the classic helmets. Now, there has not really been any talk about anything else in this update. Just helmets. They don't have to do updates every month, but it's always nice. Did they do one in January? I think they did a little one in January or something. Jeez. But yeah, so there's going to be a new update on the 9th for Halo, for the helmets, classic helmets. So that's going to be cool. I really like some of the Reach helmets because I used to wear those all the time in Reach when I played. But I just like my Legionnaire. It just looks cool, On top of all that, a couple of days ago, somebody made a post in the Xbox subreddit about Smite. The Founders Pack was free, so I went on to Xbox and I downloaded it. This was on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. So I downloaded it, and then I went to go check if I got it, but I turned the Xbox on, and then I loaded up Smite, and while Smite was loading, I ended up getting ready for work and completely forgetting. So I went to work, and then I came back, and my Xbox was still on, even though inactivity is set to 1 hour. And so I looked, and I was like, yeah, there's all the gods there. Well, actually, I turned off the Xbox, and like the next day, Sunday, I see the message I'm looking for I'm going through the subreddit again, the Xbox subreddit, just looking at the stuff people post, and one of them is asking, "Hey, where's that thread? Where's that post about the Smite Founders Pack?" It's like it's not there anymore, and it turns out that it was a glitch after all, which a lot of people said it was. And so what High Res Studios did was they revoked the license. Perfectly fine, because it was a glitch. It was not supposed to go out for free. So they revoked the license and of the people who downloaded it for free. And they asked the mods if they could remove that topic, because nobody else needs to see that. Nobody else really needs to see that. It's like, it's not free, and it shouldn't have been free, and they're going to see that and get confused, get angry and stuff like that. So they just remove it. No big deal. So I said, oh. So I looked back onto Smite. I think I played a few games earlier on Saturday, maybe a game or two, and then after reading the topic, I loaded Xbox up, load up Smite, and I looked at the gods, and I have them all still. I still have them all, and I still have them all to this day. So I'm sure me saying something is not going to be good, but maybe they let me keep it because I beta played. I played it, beta. I played the beta on the Xbox. I don't know. That's what I like to think. But yeah, so I got all the gods. So I started playing Smite. That's just what it came out to be. I started playing Smite, and I used to play it okay, a little bit here and there. And so I started playing, and there's a Celtic event that I got because I have Amazon Prime, and I have Amazon Prime because it works with Twitch now. And so by having that, by paying $2, $3 more to get Amazon Prime, I get more benefits than as if I just had Twitch Pro or whatever it was called. Because Twitch Pro is with Amazon Prime now, because I think Amazon owns Twitch. So there's also like free stuff. So there's this the Celtic event, and it's funny because apparently this event came out last year, and it cost everybody 1,000 gems. So I got it for free. So I've been playing Smite, and there's some stuff in there, man, that I am not good at that game. And I'm sure maybe I'll figure it out. But like I'm going like maybe no more than 5 kills a game. But I'm getting easily 10 deaths. I think one game I was like 0-8. It's like, what the fuck, man? There's nothing I could do. And it's just crazy. What's really crazy is when I play this game, I play a match as one god, all right? And I did completely terrible. I was the Mayan god with the bolus, and I just did absolutely terrible. Today, I'm in a match with a guy who's MVP on the other team. He's basically MVP in the game, and he was the exact same damn god. He was the god with the bolus. He had like 11 kills and 2 deaths. I was like, what the hell? What are you doing that I'm not figuring out here? I was like, we have the same moves. So I don't know. Smite is really infuriating. With that being said, I think that's everything. Yep, that was everything. I didn't really watch the Super Bowl because I was working. I did see some clips here and there, some highlights. I did see some of the game, like a fumble, or when Peyton was in the other team's end zone with his back up against the wall. I did see some of that at work, but I didn't really get to watch the game. I didn't see the halftime show, but I didn't see any of the commercials, and I just haven't looked them up yet. I was hoping to find just like some place that aggregated them for me. but I'll look for it soon. So yeah, I got nothing really else to say. This one gone a little longer, but I've had a little more to say today. Like I said, I have 3. I just played. I'll put some of the Gears dev playlist for this video, which will have those 2 maps, and hopefully it's just King of the Hill because that's all I like to play. So that's it for me. I do have a Halo highlight. It's ready to go, ready to render. I tried to render it the other day, but it said it's going to take like 402 hours. So I think something's wrong. I have the Gears is almost complete to put together, and then I made a video. I recorded. Oh, I completely forgot. So my headset is perfectly fine now. That's crazy. You can't even see it because it's gold. Well, it's gold, but I soldered on a new 3.5 jack, and because I got my soldering iron in and I soldered it, and it works great. The soldering iron on the other end doesn't, and I actually just submitted a form to return it, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow later on, which sucks. The soldering iron, as I had the heat on and I put the solder on it, it would not melt. Like I'm pushing the solder into it and it would not melt. I even put the temperature up and it would not melt. It was like it said it was like 3 to 400 centigrade, you know, which is far higher. 3 to 400 centigrade Celsius when the solder melts at 227, and it wouldn't melt. So I changed out the tip after it cooled down, and it was still the same situation, and it wouldn't melt, but it would melt occasionally. So it would melt sometimes, and it wouldn't melt. And when it did melt, it would keep melting the solder, but I think that's just because the solder was melting onto the other solder, and then it would like form a ball, and then just blop, like it would like form the ball, and then the ball would like solidify and fall. And so it was a real pain. But I managed to get it working together. So I got a video of that I'm going to put up this week. I'm going to put that up. Oh, and I also played the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Westland, right? Wildlands. I played that for about 2 or 3 hours before the beta got shut down because my good buddy Byrne of APC gave me a friend invite, because he had the code. So he gave me a referral, and I was able to get into. So I played that. It's like the Division. It's like the Division in a very jungle area. So I got that. I'm going to put that together. And all it is gameplay. You don't see none of this beauty. You don't hear this voice. You don't hear this voice coming out of the speakers. All it is gameplay. So I'll have those 2 up. And I really did not expect to go this long. So yeah. That's it. I went a little longer today. So check out the YouTube. They'll have those videos up. Video for this up if you really want to watch it again with the Gears gameplay. I'll have the Halo up. The Halo highlight up tomorrow on Wednesday. I'll have the Gears highlight up on Thursday. I'll have the Ghost Recon... No, on Friday. I'll have Ghost Recon up on Thursday. And I'll have the Xbox... I'll have the Xbox headset repair on Friday, and then hopefully I'm going to do a video for the controller just to fix that one part, but I got to take the controller apart again, put the new piece back in, put it back in and repair it and stuff like that, you know. So maybe next week. But yeah, that's all for this week. That's been a long video, about 39 minutes, and that's it for me. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Next week's Valentine's. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that, right? I know I am.
All threats will be met with full force. Your obedience in this matter is required.
Enemy spotted! That's 3! Smoke out! Throwing smoke! On your feet! I'll take that!